Hello, everybody. Welcome back. As you can see, I was just in the mood for a little bit of fun today. We're on the island. We're on our test island. Whee! There's our tallest tower that we could build. Well, not the tallest, but as tall as I was willing to go. And our houses where we usually just look at stuff and test stuff and all that good stuff. So today, excuse the very rough build, but I was like, you know what I feel like doing today? I feel like playing with the switches and the keys and all that sort of stuff. I built the amusement park, and in the amusement park, I built the House of Horrors. And that was so much fun because we had trapdoors and we had lights that came on as you walked. We had all kinds of stuff attached. So as you can see, the windows that I've got behind me here are actually the one-way glass. You can't see into them. Ooh, that's beautiful. They're the one-way glass, which was also part of the pack. And we are going to play with them today. In no way am I saying that I'm an expert, because I'm not. But I had so much fun playing with the pressure plates and the smart home stuff. So let's start with that, and then maybe you guys can give me some more ideas and thoughts of what you've done. So we've got 3 motion detectors, and as you can see, it doesn't give us the option to select the 3. Like you have the scroll with a lot of stuff. So there are the 3 of them, and as you move past them, they come on. Then the locks and the pressure plates, you've got different sizes, and I've put the black and white tiles on the floor just so that we've got an idea of exactly. I mean, that fits perfectly in the block. Now here you've got your scroll of all the different pressure plates. So these are all the different pressure plates, and they're very easy. You can actually, let's just see, is this door opening in or out? Okay, so let's turn this door around so it opens that way, and it's just a matter of wiring the plate to the door, and if you stand on it, the door will open. The only thing you have to be aware of is as soon as you get off the plate, the door's going to close. So unless you want someone to run like crazy, it's not going to open between here and there. So if I take that off, and for example, I wire this one up instead, and I step on it, and you see how small it is, and then you've got to move your behind. So if we move it closer to the door, closer you are to the door, the more chance you have of getting through. And yes, you can open the door afterwards, but this pressure plate will allow the door to close behind you. So if I open it here and I walk past, the door then closes behind you, which is quite cool. The closer you break the beam to the door, the better it is for you. So let's connect that. And as you walk up to the door, really, as you walk up to the door, you can get through. So it's not you've just got to get your angles right, because that is the one that keeps the door open the longest. So with this in mind, we can have some fun. Now, we have got all the suspicious stuff. So suspicious. We've got the suspicious bag that I actually haven't even tried. We've got the bookcases. We've got the wardrobes, which are really cool. And we've got doors. So this door, for example, is just blends in. So if you take that and European walnut, the grain runs sideways. So if we get it right, it's not perfect, but it's pretty. So that is pretty good. And then if we put like something really big in front of it, it opens the wrong way. Of course it opens the wrong way, because why wouldn't it? There we go. You're just going to run like the blazes. Otherwise, you're not going to get through it. All right, so we have that. Let's just keep them all in some form of order. Then we've got, what I really like is these wardrobes. This is the one, which is very cool. Because if we go in here, we open it, we take the wall out behind it, you actually have a pathway through to the other side, which I think is really cool. So you walk up, you can walk through, crouch down, and you're on the other side of the suspicious wardrobe, which is awesome. Now, this bookcase, if I'm not mistaken, one of them slides. Is this the one that slides? Yes, it does. We just don't have enough space for it here. So let's take this door away. And voila. And then you can take the back there, close it again, and exactly the same way as we've done there or here. What are we going to use? Let's use that one. If I stand on that, so you actually have to connect it to the book to get it to open and close. Do a switch, or you can just use the book to open it. So let's go through here. I'm not going to fight with the thing. The other thing we have is our trapdoor, which is cool as well. And exactly as we have it, and the way I used it in the House of Horror was I actually had a beam as you came through the door. Let's see. If you come through here, you break. If you connect it first. Okay. And you break that. And we have water. That's interesting. Where? Why have we got water? I don't have a swimming pool here. There's no water here. It is weird. That's just freaky, because what I did is I expanded the island. So where I've expanded the borders, okay, where's my expanded the borders? Which way did I expand? So if I go that way, and then I go down, yeah, it's funny. We have water underneath. Okay, so the water stops there. Okay, so it literally is only where I've expanded or changed the island. There it is there. So my original island was there. So if I expand the borders, the water stays, but the land then sits on top of it. That's very interesting. Okay. We now officially have water as we open the trapdoor. How cool is that? Don't know if that's cool, but hey, I'm not going to argue with it. And that trapdoor closes behind. The other the other trapdoor that we have is in the stairs. And this is just your regular attic ladder, which can also be used. Now, the one thing I haven't tried are the switches. If I want to do that, and I want to connect it to that, I turn it on. All right, it will then allow us to walk down the ladder. The ladder stays where it is, and then you can close it behind you. So that is pretty cool. And then you don't have all these issues. But the nice thing about all these issues is it's fun to incorporate them in builds. Now, the one thing I did do was actually connect them to light. Now, it is daytime right now. But you know, we can always play with lights. I don't want that. I want colored lights, please. What's cool about these is you can actually... No, let's buy switches. I don't want to copy switches because those darn switches sometimes get confused. And I'm walking down the passage here. As I walk, it can actually turn on or off lights. And I use that as well with novelty lights. So Scooby-Doo, for example, if we put him on the wall here, and we put same thing. So as I walk here, can you see this light is on and Scooby's on? And the next one, and the next one. And that is really super cool. So if we go to nighttime, you'd have to black this place out. But if you do this at night, it's very effective. But the range is really terrible. Let's just go to the store. And there's lots of stuff that you can connect to switches. I have discovered the storage chest can be connected. So if you walk past this switch, that will open. All right. Then we have, the cages, the spooky stuff. So the monsters, the cage, and all that stuff will actually be... Will you open that way? Awesome. Let me walk up and away. My next second favorite would be the stocks. Let's turn this so you can actually see properly. There we go. And there's a lot of stuff. I don't know if we've got a list of what actually functions, what switches on. Let me know if there is a list. It's a little freaky. How many can we connect to? that might be a little weird, you know? But fun. Okay, so all the wardrobes, kitchen counters. Can we switch? Oh, yes. Nice. Can we do appliances? Oh, yeah. I think next year it's going to be a fun Halloween. What do you say? How many can you connect to a switch before? Before it overloads. I have no idea. But what else? What else can we do? TVs? You can connect a TV to a switch. Yep. You can connect your stocks and your TV to the same switch. Candles we can't do because you have to switch them on. You can't, can you? Can you? Oh, yes. Ooh, hold on. Since when can we? Okay, so candles now can officially be switched on. If we go to candles, we go to this one, for example. Okay. I know someone was asking for it on canning. There we go. So yes, you can turn this will be can be connected to a regular light switch then. I say with question in my voice. If I walk away and I connect it to that and I switch that on, you'll see it's all interconnected now. So as I switch that on, get out of the way. And then as I switch it off, everything shuts down. Well, I've learned something new. I didn't know you could connect candles. So it's a matter of going through and figuring out what can be connected to the switches. I wasn't planning on making a super big video, so you can see I'm not exactly prepared. But it's fun, and I just wanted to play. Let's find that chest again. If I grab the key, I put it on the wall, and I connect it to the chest. Test the property. Can you hear the crunch of everything falling down on the island? So if I walk up, I collect the key, I can open the chest. Can I please open the chest? Okay, awesome. The key is gone and I exit testing. The last time I did that, the key was gone and it didn't really work again. So let's see what happens this time. So it is still there. Awesome. Okay, test the property. Oh, they fixed that. That is awesome. So you can actually now retest. So happy about that. Awesome. Okay, and the last thing I want to, it makes a noise when you walk past these items. I do have my nothing on. So let me just change my setting. If we go to the spooky stuff, we go to the decorations. There they are. I must say, they're not the scariest sound in the known universe. But you can set these guys up also. If you break the beam or you put down one of these. I like the size pressure plate because it fits nicely on the square. And what I actually did was, if I copy that, right, and I walk, they're a little freaky. And then last but not least, our little friendly knight. There he goes. Yeah, just some fun stuff to play with. Because I looked at all this stuff and I was like, and then I did I tried the House of Horrors and it was fun. So what I'll do is I'll link the House of Horror video walkthrough in the description. So you can go and have a look at it if you want to see how I managed to get all this stuff working, if that makes sense. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this weird and wacky video. Let me know. I would be very interested to hear about your escapades with all this stuff. Hope you have a lovely day and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.